Several PhilHealth officials will face charges in connection with the alleged irregularities in the state insurer. Maricel Halili with the details.
More officials may face charges as the Justice Department continues its investigation into the anomalies in PhilHealth. This was the explanation of Justice Secretary Menardo Guevarra when asked about the recommendation of the task force against erring PhilHealth officials. Some critics were baffled that Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, who concurrently chairs PhilHealth, was not listed among those who will be charged. Guevarra said the report submitted to President Duterte on Monday was only their initial findings. The DOJ-led task force has recommended to file administrative and criminal charges against former PhilHealth President and CEO Ricardo Morales, Senior Vice President Jovita Aragona, OIC Calixto Gabuya, Senior Vice President Renato Limshaco, SVP Francis Pargas, Chief Operating Officer Arnel de Jesus, and Division Chief Bobby Crisostomo, among others. According to the report, there has been lack of diligence and due care in the approval and implementation of the interim reimbursement mechanism. The task force also questioned the concealment of information on the ICT procurement and as well as the questionable adoption of corporate policies and practices that failed to check, investigate, and penalize the wrongdoings of PhilHealth personnel. In his press briefing earlier, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque denied that Duque has been absolved of any charges. He said this is just the beginning of the investigations.
It's not just Secretary Duque, there's also the ex-officio members of the board, no, which includes at least 5 sitting secretaries, no. Ang rekomendasyon ay strong admonishment sa chairman ng PhilHealth at sa mga members of the board of directors na kinakailangan talagang pinag-iingatan po ang mga salapi na galing sa kaban ng taong bayan.
In a statement, PhilHealth COO Arnel de Jesus said PhilHealth will fully submit to the good judgment of and to whatever instructions that the President will issue based on the findings and recommendations of the task force. They hope that the said report will guide the proper authorities in pursuing those who had been culpable of wrongdoing and exonerate those that are innocent. De Jesus also assured the public that PhilHealth will continue to cooperate with subsequent investigations. In his public address on Monday evening, President Duterte emphasized the importance of holding erring PhilHealth officials accountable.
I'm sorry for them, but they would have to undergo trial. Although they can always prove their guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Wala namang ano pa yan. The presumption of innocence still attaches. But the report of another agency says otherwise. So, ganun ho ang nangyari sa PhilHealth. Halos lahat sa board.
President Duterte has approved the recommendations of the task force, which include filing of complaints against certain key officials of the state health insurer. For News 5, Maricel Halili, we are One News.